Hello guys, welcome back again to Playwright with Java Automation Testing session 45. In today's session, you can learn what is data-driven framework or how you can do data-driven testing using page object model with Playwright, Apache.poi, Java and TestNG. So this is the framework development from scratch using POM part 10. So, what is different kind of framework available and why framework is required also that you need to understand. So, we are already implemented POM, right? Which is nothing but the page object model design pattern, which is not a framework. Okay, so framework is nothing using which, right, you can create a complete project with best solution or best practices implemented so that right you can add in number of classes in number of test cases into that and in with the different utilities, and in case any kind of error is coming, right, and you need to can do the code easily, right, you can debug the code easily, you can fix it, and you can add in number of test cases there, you can generate beautiful report. So that is the way framework will help you to start your journey any of the automation tool. It can be Selenium, Playwright, anything. Okay, there are couple of important framework available with the automation testing area, like data driven framework, keyword driven framework, hybrid framework, modular framework, TDD test driven development framework, BDD behavior driven development framework, like that. Okay, so here today we will talk about how to implement the like data driven framework in Playwright here in page object model design pattern. Okay, so data driven framework in Playwright is a technique of separating the data set from the actual test case or code. Since the test case is separated from the data set, user can easily modify the test case of a particular functionality without making changes to the code. So that is the beauty of the stuff. In the last session, you already see how we implemented that data provider. So we are creating the data provider only in the base class, and we are just updating only one time that test cases. After that, in case we want to go for different variation of the iteration, we just need to update the base class data provider section. We don't need to update our actual test case nowhere. So that is the beauty. So data driven framework is used to drive test case and shoot from external data feed. So here we will create some external data source, like it can be Excel, CSV, anything, right, and from where we will be updating the data, so that you no need to touch even any single class. In case you need to update the data, you can just open that Excel file or CSV file and you can update it from there. The data feed can be data sets like Excel.xls, .xlsx or CSV file. Say user have to modify the code for login functionality, they can modify just the login function instead of having to modify any other features depending on the same code. Okay, so this example will demonstrate how to read the data from the Excel file and perform data driven testing using Playwright. Okay, as a data driven testing using Playwright. But Playwright actually does not support like data reading of the Excel file. Therefore, like we need to add the dependency for Apache.poi, where you will be having a lot of classes to read and write from the data from the Excel file. You could able to see the diagram here. Your automation script will be there, and there will be some different external source where you can keep the data separated from your actual test cases, and with the script you will be interacting with the external data sources along with the AUT also, application under test. In data driven framework, test data and code are stored separately, and then automation test script is connected with test data stored in external file. Okay, so there is no link with that data source with your actual test cases or even base class utility as well. Okay, so what is the major advantage data driven framework or data driven testing is having, right? Data driven testing reduce the cost of adding new tests and changing them when, right, business requirement change. This is done by creating parameter for different scenario using data set that the same code can run against. They help to identify what data is most important for tested behavior. By separating first class scenario data into parameter, it becomes clear what matters most to the test. This makes it easy to remember how something works when developer need to change it. What are the key major advantage of data-driven testing framework? It allows testing of the application multiple set of data values during regression testing. Separate the test case data from the from with the executable test script. allows reusing of actions and functions in different tests, generating test data automatically. This will be helpful when large volume of random test data are necessary, result in creation of extensive code that is flexible and easy to maintain. Let's developer and tester separate the logic of their test case or script from the test data. It allows execution of test case several times, which help to reduce test case and script. It does not let change in the test script affect the test data, because both are different entities altogether in the data-driven framework. By incorporating data-driven testing using Playwright, tester can refine their test cases for more efficient execution. These shortened timelines makes their life easier and result in more thoroughly tested and better quality of software. Okay, what are the steps you need to follow? So before that, we will see what is the stuff we already implemented in the last class, where we already implemented the data provider. You could see here, whenever we are calling the data provider or creating a method for test data, we already created an object, and this is the variable, and where we have given that row and value count. Row is nothing but the number of iteration, and column is nothing but the number of argument or number of field you want to interact. So last time we already see like 5 iteration. Now we can change it to 2, so we can remove the remaining data as well. Okay, so after this is done, data provider is done, we can go to that actual test cases, where we change little bit, right? We have given data provider equal to the name of the method, and we have tried to give to as argument, and this argument we have tried to match with the login, so that whenever we are calling the login method, it will try to give incorrect user id password combination 2 times, okay, based on the number of iterations in the row value. Okay, and it will try to every time it will get the message in build credential, validate it with the assertions, and it will pass the test cases. So now if you just run the code, right, from the TestNG XML file, you could able to see like the first test case will run for 2 times based on the two different variation of the data, and second and third test case will run for 1 time. But now this part will completely automated using from different Excel source. Instead of hard coding the data, we can write keep the data sheet differently from the test cases or test script itself. And in case required, we can just open that Excel sheet and we can update it there, so that this will not affect any of the class code. So that is the way we are isolating the test data from the actual test case script. Okay, that is called data driven testing. Okay, and we can like change the number of iterations there in the Excel sheet directly, so automatically it will be executed based on the way we are doing it. So it is executing all the test case one by one. Okay, you could see here total 4 pass. Why? Because the first test case is running for 2 times with two different variations of the data: admin username, admin1234 password, admin username, admin12345 password, and these are the other two cases getting executed. So 4 test cases got passed here. There is no failure, and this is the suit name, this is the test name, this is the package name dot class name, this is the method name. Where in case you are providing different data, you can get the details, right? If you refresh the project, we'll see the other report. Just you can go to the test output folder, you can open that emailable report which is generated already from the your TestNG. You could see here these are the way it's executed for test cases, and wherever data driven testing here, right, you could see the parameter, right, value corresponding also. Okay, now we will try to implement this complete logic from the Excel source, Excel data source. So what we'll do, we'll first go to the Maven repository. We need to add to dependency in the Maven, right, which is the Apache.poi dependency. So this particular Apache.poi jar file will be having the important classes to interact with the Excel sheet. So we need to we need to add that poi dependency as well as poi-ooxml dependency both in the pom.xml file. So we can take any latest version. So both the files should be latest version, same version only. Okay, one is the poi-ooxml and another is the normal poi, right? So I will just copy that Maven dependency simply, and I will open that pom.xml file here. Okay, and I will add it under the dependency section. Okay, this is the dependency section. You could see here I can add one by one. Okay, this is the poi-ooxml dependency, and other dependency I'll be adding in same version, which is nothing but the poi dependency. You could see it's coming from the org.apache.poi. This is the poi dependency, same version 5.4.1. Okay, you can save your code. So automatically it will add all the jar files there. Okay, so you can, once it is done, you can refresh the project. Okay, you could see here you could see in that Maven dependency, like this Apache POI will be added. Okay, you could see these are the POI XML, OXML, and POI Y, right? POI. Okay, this is the two thing will be added. Okay, POI. Okay, 5.4.1 and POI OXML 5.41. This is the jar file already added. Inside the jar files, you will be having all your classes actually. Okay, the different classes available. Okay, and then I'll be calling it. So that is the first step we need to do it. Okay, after that what you need to do. Okay, so what we did here in the base test class, right, we are trying to provide the data from here. We're hard coding it. Instead of that, we do not want to hard code it, so we can do, like, we can create Excel sheet. So if you just open the project path and you can open in some browser, it will open with that particular path here. So what we'll do, we'll go to that src folder and test a resources folder. We'll create Excel sheet here, simple Excel sheet. Okay, Excel sheet, right click and click on Microsoft Excel worksheet. You can click on the project also. I can give something called test data. Okay, dot XLS. You don't need to give it because you already created the XLS file. You could see the type is Microsoft Excel. If you right click here, you could able to see the properties, which is nothing but the project path. This is the project path, and you'll be able to get it in the inside the project resources folder, and this is the name of the file, and this is the extension .xlsx, right? After that, you can open it. Only one sheet is there. You can if you require, you can add n number of sheet, or you can change the sheet name called test data. Okay, and here you can add these different part, right? You, so first column, say I will be doing it for the user ID, and second column is the password, admin 1 2 3 4. Okay, like that. And simply you can see how, if you want to get couple of row, like, you can do it like that. Okay, how easily we can just update our Excel sheet, right? Okay, without touching any code, anything, right? We do not want to hard code it here. Okay, so that it will be very little bit in case you want to change the value, you need to change it here, right? So I'll be just simply adding it. I don't need to change anything. I will be just changing that approach. So that is the part is done. Now in case you want to interact with the Excel sheet, what you need to do, you need to go to the path of the Excel sheet first. So this is the path of the Excel sheet, then Excel sheet name and Excel sheet extension .xlsx, right? After you came inside, you need to go to the tab of the Excel sheet, right? And you could see the one tab is there. You can go to the row and column, and then you can get the cell value. So that is the logic we'll try to implement it. Okay, so once you go to the Excel sheet path, Excel sheet name, extension, and the tab name, which is nothing but the test data. In case your tab, it is indexing will be 0 only by default, because only one tab is there. You can read it by indexing, or like name also. And this is the row, and this is the column, and this is the cell value. So that is the approach we will try to do it. Now what we will do, this is already done here. Now what we'll do, okay, my that Apache PY and PY OXML dependency already added. Now what we'll do, I already created the Excel test data.xlx inside that src test resources folder. I'll create a class named Excel utility. So into that your utility com dot training dot utility packages. So I'll create a simple class called Excel utility, where we are trying to write the code for handling the Excel. Okay, you can keep that name Excel utility. And here what we'll do, we'll try to define some global variable. Okay, so XSF workbook, right, is a class, XSF sheet is a class. We'll create the global variable. So what we'll do, we'll try to create something called XSF, okay, workbook. Okay, I can give some variable name called workbook and XSSF sheet called sheet variable. Okay, now you could see a message is coming. So you need to import this from the org.apache.poi xsf app.user model, that is the packages you need to import it. Okay, so I'll be importing that workbook class, and I'll be importing that xsf worksheet also. Okay, now I'll create a constructor. Why constructor I'm creating? So I can create a method as well, but whenever I'm creating the constructor, automatically it will invoke that one, right? When you need to create an object and call it, right? A method. So that is the beauty of the constructor. So constructor name should be same name as the method name without a return type. Public, this is the constructor name. You can give some bracket here, you can give some path, because whenever I am just creating the object, I need to give the excel path. Okay, and you need to give like that way. So that is the way constructor cannot have a return type. Now what we'll be doing, I'll be creating a file class here, object for the file class, say file equal to new file, and here you need to give the excel path. That argument you need to pass it here. Okay, now we need to import that one from that java.io package. Okay, after that what you need to do, you need to create an object for instance for the file input stream class as well. So fis equal to new file input stream, where you can pass that object for the file class, which is nothing but the file, and I can close it. Now I can just try to import that file input stream of the java.io package. Now you could see there is error message coming. So what you can do, you can surround with try catch block. Okay, now what it is done. Now here what you can do, okay, now here after that file input stream called, whatever workbook variable I created, right, I can map with that one. So workbook equal to new class name, and here you need to pass that fis, that is the variable you need to pass it. Okay, now could see again another error message is coming, so you need to import again with the try catch block. Okay, surround with try catch blocks. Now this code is green, there is no error. So that is the way I already able to go to the file path. That is the excel path or file path I can give go in. Now what I need to do, I need to create another method, right, for getting the data. So I'll be giving the access modifier public get data. I'm not giving a return type for now. Okay, okay, so here I can give something called I need to go to the sheet number. I can give the sheet name whatever I do, and then I need to get the row and the column also, right? So what I am passing, integer sheet number comma integer row comma integer column. So that is the argument I am passing it here. I'm not giving a return type. So what is there? I already came to that workbook. After that, I need to go to the sheet, right? So what is the way I can go to the sheet? So this is the variable, whatever I created, right? I can go to the workbook directly, workbook dot get sheet at. Okay, get sheet at method I can call it. You could see return type is XSF sheet. So whatever variable sheet created, I can call it get sheet at. Here I can give sheet number. So I will be tagging with that variable called sheet, whatever variable I have created. Okay. Then I already came to that sheet. Now what I can do, I can go to the sheet here variable. After that, I can call the method called get row. Okay, get row, here you can pass that row variable. After that, once you go to the row, you can get the cell value, get cell, right? Get cell, and here you can pass the column number. After that, you can get the text value. So get string, right? Get strings cell value, return type is string. You could return type is string, so I can store in some return string variable. So I can give something called string data. Okay, okay, then I'm returning data. That's all. That is the method objective. Returning data variable. Now what I'm returning? I'm returning data. What is data? Data is string, right? String type. So I can just give the return type here. Now you could see error message gone. So that is the way I can create the second method. Now I need to create one method, another method, that I need to understand how many row is available, data is available in the Excel file. So I need the count of the row, right? Row where data is available to read it. Otherwise I cannot go through to all the Excel, right? Wherever data is available, I will try to count them and I will try to interact with them, right? So what I will do, I will create a again public method called get row count, not giving a return type now. Okay, I will be doing it later. Here I can give something called integer seed number, or you can give one more variable also, or same variable also you can give it, not be a problem. Now what I am going, now I already came to the workbook here, right? Sorry, I already so I will go to the workbook first to read the data. So here it will be public. So what I will be going, I will be going to the workbook. Then I can call that get seat at. Okay, get seat at, where I can pass that seat number. Sorry, not get seat, only get seat at. Okay, wb dot get seat at. Okay, here you need to provide that variable seat number dot get last row number. Okay, you could see that is the, you can get to know what is the last row number where data is available. So what is return type? Return type is integer. So I can store in some integer variable, integer row. Okay, that is the way I am storing it. And now I need to reiterate all the row one by one to understand where the value is there, right, to read it through. So now row equal to row plus 1. Okay, that's all. Now what I'm returning? Returning row variable. Okay, now what I'm returning? Row. What is row? Row is integer. That is the stuff I can pass it here. That's all. You could see the message gone now. Okay. Okay, now I need to add one more bracket here. Okay, error message gone. There is no error now. So this part is also done. Okay. So I have created Excel data file. I have created a class name called Excel utility, and I have written this kind of code. After that, what I need to do, I need to go to the base class, right? For this particular, I need to go to a base. I need to go to the base class, and I need to create a global variable for the class created Excel utility. Okay, what is the class I have created? This is the class Excel utility. I'll be creating a global variable in the base class, so that I can call it. I can give the variable name and its variable name properly, so you can easily understand. Okay, I can give that variable name properly called data utility or test data utility. Okay, this is the variable I can give it. Now I need to import it, right? Because this is in different class, so I need to import that class from the com.training.utility package. Now it is done. Now what we will do here, so this is the stuff already written, so this part I can just copy it and I can paste it here, so that I can comment it out, so later point of time somebody can refer it, what is the original way I have tried to do it. Okay, in case we are not using the data driven testing or data driven framework, you can, now this part will simply try to implement it, whatever Excel utility we have created. Okay, this part simply we will try to do it. Okay, same thing. Now what we do, there is no change in these two part. Okay, there is no change at all. Now what we will do, I will try to, I already created an object here, right? This is the class object. So what is the object? This is the object. I will try to map it with this constructor. So what is the constructor we have written? So that is the constructor, because I already created a global variable. Okay, so data, hold on, Excel utility, no, sorry, what is the variable I have created? Okay, this one. So I can create the constructor. I can just create an object oriented to invoke the constructor equal to new. This is the class name, right? Excel utility. So that is the constructor will be invoked. We need to provide the Excel path wherever Excel is kept. Okay. Now what it is kept? It is kept in the project path. Okay, and this is the SRC test folder, and this is the name of the Excel. Right? You can refresh it so that you can get it the Excel visible also. You could see TSRC restore Java, right? Test.excel. So why it is coming? Because it's a working directory. We have already tried to open it, so I can close it. So it will be closed now. You can refresh the folder again. It will be closed. Okay. So now what you can do, you can go to the current project path. What is the way? You already know, right? There is a method available called system.getProperty user.directory, which you can go to the current part system. So what we will do, we will be calling that system.getProperty property, okay, where we can give something called user dot directory. So that is the way I can go to the current project path. After that, what I can do, I can concatenate it plus, okay, I can give the remaining path within the bracket, second bracket. Path is came, this after that slash slash src slash slash test, right, slash slash resources. Or you can give the backward slash also. If you give that slash, you need to give it double. And what is the name of the file? Test data.xlsx slash slash test data.xlsx. Okay, that is the way I can do it. Now what I am doing, already created, right? Then I will call that variable. Okay, what I'll be doing, I'll be calling that variable, and then I'll be calling the method called get row count, right? Where I can provide the seed number. Only one seed available, so seed number is 0. What is the return type? Return type is for the method seed number. Return type, you could see here. What is the return type? We're calling the method. Return type is string. Sorry, not string, actually integer. So I can store in some integer, right? Index 0, I can store in some integer, like integer rows. Say give something called integer rows, that variable. Okay. Now what I can go, I can, this part is already there. So here instead of new object 2 and 2 column part, we can keep it, and rows part I can give it to rows variable, so that you no need to hard code it. It will automatically change based on the Excel value you are entering. So that is the thing, you need to change it. And after that, this part, what I will do, I will be using a for loop, simple for loop for integer I equal to 0, I less than, okay, rows, okay, then I plus plus. So simple for loop, and where I can give something, okay, the whatever variable data, and I can give that I, okay, because that I is fixed. I am iterating that I, right, with the rows, and then column number I can fix it, because row number I do not want to fix it. Okay, equal to, okay, what is our utility? This one, right? Okay, then I'll be calling the method here dot get data. Okay, what you need to pass here? You need to pass that right, seed number. So what is the seed? Only one seed is there, 0th, and row part we can change it to I, and this part you can change it to 0, because we are dealing with the first column first, right? So now after that you can change it to I1, okay, second column, right, which is nothing but the password field. Now you can change it also 1. So that is the stuff only you need to do. After that, no other changes. You can keep the other stuff. And the actual test cases, no need to change anything. No need to change anything. Same thing you can implement it, right? Now let's try to run your testing.xml file. Let's see what's happening here. So we are trying to run for 3 different conditions, 3 different iterations. So I can try to run it from the Excel sheet. Did not even. Let's see whether it's running or not. So whatever data, 3 different data combination you have given, your first test case will run for 3 different conditions, and right, second and third test case will run for only one time. So yes, working perfectly fine from the Excel sheet as well. Admin 1 2 3 4. Okay, second part is also working fine. Admin 1 2 3 4 5. Admin 1 2 3 6. Okay, and then you can able to go for the other 2 test case. So for total 5 test cases executed, actually 3 test cases, but first test case executed for 3 times because of the 3 different variation of the data. So you could see total 5 test cases executed. So what we did completely, we have tried to implement from the Excel sheet. Right, this is our test data Excel sheet. So how can you read the Excel sheet? You need to go to the path of the file. So what is the path? Current project path, system.get property user.directory, then src test resources folder. The name of the file is testdata.xlsx. So that is the, we are going to the file. After that, you are going to the row, you test seat tab, right? This is the seat number. Okay, then rows, and then columns, and then set value. This is the cell value you are getting it. And you are also creating a method how many data is available. So you are iterating it one by one, and you are trying to read it. Like, so this is the three stuff we have. Okay, created the utility class, Excel utility. Here first we have created the constructor where we need to give the project path. So you are already coming to the project path. After that, we are going to the right seed number. After that, we are trying to read the details, and we are trying to read how many data row is available. So that is the stuff we are doing it. Okay, so it is only one time activity. Okay, after that, what we are doing, we are going to that base class where it's already implemented, and we are creating that calling that creating objects automatically constructor will be invoked. After that, we are like creating the how many row data is available for the only one seat available. In case multiple seat available, you can give the seat name or indexing as well. You can change it to seat name as well. After that, we are creating a object data instance where you are passing that row, how many row actually exactly dynamic value is there, and we are trying to iterate for that exact every row, and where we are trying to check for the row number and column first value, which is nothing but the username field, and row number, and for every row column one, but nothing is the password field, and we're returning it. And that part, what we are doing it, we are just simply implemented whatever way we already implemented, right? This is the way. Now in case I want to change something, right, you can close everything. Okay, you can just only open your TestNG XML file. Okay, now what you can do, you can just open your Excel sheet. Okay, now we have already having three iteration. Now I want to go for, say, I can change it to like 10. Okay, admin 10, admin 1. Okay, let's give it like that. And now I want to go for four different condition, or keep it like admin 1 only. So I can go for four different condition, four data. So you can just simply, you can just change it in the Excel sheet. No other change, no need to touch anything in the code. Okay, no need to touch anything in the code. So you can just fill series. Okay, you can give something here, 1 2 3, like that. Okay, or 1 1 1. Okay, simply give it admin only, 1 1 1 1. Okay, and you can just change it for four different line, right? You can see 1 1 1 2, 1 1 1 3, 1 1 1 4. So nothing is a valid combination, so it should fail. So that is the only stuff you need to change. Now what we will do, I'll refresh the project. Okay, now fourth iteration I have changed from 3. So I'm only updating in the Excel sheet. I'm not touching any of the code, my base class or my utility class, nothing we are changing, or the even my test case also, or not even the form.xml file, not even that test.xml, nothing. I'm just only changing that our utility, Excel utility, wherever creating, which is nothing but the external file, Excel sheet, right? We have just updated it. Now let's refresh the project, and let's delete all the stuff here. Okay, so what we'll do, we will just remove that allure folder, screenshot, and test output folder, everything completely. Okay, now we are trying to run it only for four different databases. So in case whenever you are reading the value, if your Excel is still open, it will work because that want to read the value. But in case sometime you want to read and write, it will not work, right? Okay, let's close it now. So this is the four different condition: admin 1111, 1112, 1113, 1114. This is the four condition you will do. In case you want to go for five condition, you can just change only in the Excel sheet. That is the way you can just update the Excel sheet. Now you can simply run it. Okay, so we'll run it now. So your first test case will be executing for four different data variation, and second and third test will be executing only one time. So total three test cases executing, but it will be total data will be 6 total. So all will be passed here because of the assertion is getting passed. Actually, whatever way you wanted to do, it is actually working. Right, for the four different invalid comments, credential combination, it will be coming that invalid credential error. Right, invalid credential error is coming. So first test case is done where you could see that different variation of the combination, admin 1111, and second is the working admin 1112. Third is also trying to done, admin is the username, and 11 admin 1113 is the password. Okay, and test case is getting passed, and fourth set is running on for the same test case. Username is admin, password is admin 1113. It is also getting passed. Now the other remaining test case will be trying to execute it, and it will be also passed based on the assertions we have already given. So that is the way it will try to execute all your test cases So one test case is just trying to execute with the help of the data driven framework or data driven testing approach. And we are keeping all our data sheet in external source of library, right, in the form of Excel sheet in the other folder completely. So we are not touching our code anything. We just simply running it. You could see now total 6 run. So this is the suit name, test name, package name or class name. This is the method name. Running for 4 times with the total time second, different combination of the data. Right, you could see another 2 days is running. Now you can refresh the project as well. Okay, and now you will see the other different part, right? So we'll see that TestNG report. So this is the emailable TestNG report. You could open it, open with take web browser. You could able to see it here, right? It is running total 6 test case. This is the suit name, this is suit name, test name, and these are the other 2 test method, and this is the same method run for 4 times with different like argument, right, or the parameters value, like pass admin 1114 1112 1113 1111 like that. So okay, it is perfectly working fine here. I can close this part. Now if you want to verify that Playwright report, you can also verify it. Open with web browsers. So you could see that Playwright report also coming, different data parameter also coming here. Total 6 test case passed. There is no failure, there is no skip, and total time taken is 67 seconds. It's take for executing total 3 test cases, total fast test case 4 times. Okay, now you can go to that extend report. You can go to that extend report.json file. It is also coming 3 test cases executed, but total number of test case fast test case count is 6 because fast case executed for 4 times. Now you can open that report as well, extend report as well. So you could able to see, right, this is the different stuff executed. If you go to the summary part, you could see total number of thing is 6 past 6. So graph is completely green here, no failure. Okay, now if you want to generate the LEO report also, again you can simply go to the properties, okay, and take that path of the project path, copy it. Okay, now open that command prompt, okay, and change directory and give the path, so it will go to the project. After that, what you can do, you can just have this code executed into the command prompt, same project path, so it will generate the LEO report. Okay, so you could see here it is generating the earlier report. Your 6 test case got executed, 6 passed. Okay, if you go to the graph, you could able to see the graph. If you go to that behavior, you could able to see, right, this is the one method, this is the other method, and this is the same method executed for 4 times. Okay, total timestamp, all this stuff will be able to get it. So that is the way, right? You can just implement the data driven framework or data driven testing approach in the post page of the model design pattern, and you can have your test cases data set, right, in separate source of file without touching the code. You can change it in number of times, and based on a requirement you can just try to execute it without touching anything using the testng.xml file only, right? Okay, so what you need to do, first you need to import that add these two dependency, poi and then poi-ooxml dependency, and latest version you can take it. You can create an in the same project path, right, you can go to the src test resources folder. You can create excel file dot xlsx extension. You can have your own data, you can have your header as well. You can, so that you can try to read it from the second row, that whatever way it's possible you can do it. You can create a go to the utility package. You can create a class name called excel utility. You can create a constructor and other two method to get the read the data or get the value of the cell value, and one method for getting to know how many rows data is available, so that we can iterate all the row. And after that you are creating global variable in the base test class for the excel utility class, and in the data provider methods, right, you can change it, right, you can give the project path. You can get how many number of row data is actually available. You can try to assign those particular part for the data from that seed number for every row value and the column number. And that is the way. After once done, you can go to that test.html file. You can run it as a test.ng suite. After that you can generate that test.ng report, like extend report and LEO report as well. Okay, that is the way you can do the data driven testing. Wherever like same test case you need to repeat it, and you need to just vary the different data combinations, and data should be kept in the different excel file. You can do it. Okay, so that's all from today's lesson, guys. Thank you.